you have a relationship with someone and it's kind of conflict laden, you know, and you think, each time you have a conflict, you think, should I be in this relationship? Well, that's a big problem because you actually don't know. How much conflict should you have before you shouldn't be in a relationship? And the answer to that is, well, you don't know. Now, there's actually some empirical work on the topic, so I can give you a provisional answer, which is quite interesting. So there was a research psychologist a while back who I thought did a brilliant study, and they had couples record positive events just qualitatively. How many positive interactions did you have with your partner during the day versus how many negative interactions? I don't think they quantified the degree to which they were positive and negative. They're just going to assume that across multiple instances that would wash out. And what they found was, it's quite cool, they found that if you had fewer than 5 positive interactions to every negative interaction, the relationship was going to collapse. So now you can start counting and see if that's appropriate to you. But the other thing they found, which I thought was really lovely, was that if you had more than 11 positive interactions to 1 negative interaction, the relationship was also doomed. And so you think, so you understand that, right? Everyone knows that, because if someone's wandering around treating you like a god or a goddess, the first thing you're going to do is be just contemptuous of them and then completely bored. You want the person to harass you a bit, just so that you learn something, that's part of it. So it's also evidence that there's actually someone there that you're interacting with, you know, because if someone just does everything you want all the time, well, I mean, that might sound like an ideal fantasy, but you know perfectly well that if that ever happened, that's just, you're just going to get completely tired of that instantly. Plus, there's no life in the relationship, right, which is a big issue. So, yes?
There's also two people who are both too afraid to pick a fight with one another.
Right, right.
Which is arguably worse.
Right, well, exactly. Well, the other thing, too, is you can be sure that in a relationship where there's no conflict, nothing is being decided, because thought is conflict, even if you do it by yourself. You know, and so if there are two of you in a boat and you're trying to decide where you're going in the future, it's not like that's self-evident. There has to be some, you have to have an opinion and your partner has to have an opinion, and there's no reason at all to assume that those opinions either will be or should be the same. And then, you know, you hope the relationship is solid enough so that it can withstand the tension of the conflict.